I don't know if you're able to revoke a podcast license, but if you are, I propose you do it to these men right here. I guess sometime in the last couple of days, Karl-Anthony Towns, Pat Bev's former Timberwolves teammate, went on his podcast, okay? The Pat Bev Show. I don't know what was smoked. I don't know what was said. I don't know what was plotted. I don't know what was planned. All I know is that every single quote I have seen from this podcast episode is the most unhinged, incorrect, frankly shameful statement I have heard in a long time. Let's get started. We start off with one that's not great, but Pat Bev's just hyping up his buddy, okay? He's talking about who he thinks the best big man in the league is, and he says, y'all not gonna like my answer. No, we're not. Why do you think that is? Anyways, he says it's K.A.T. Big purr.
First of all, stop having this milk off in the chat, bro. Stop being weird. Please. Stop being weird. For the love of fucking God. K.A.T being the best big man in the league? Is he pulling off that shit that like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, Jokic is really a point guard. If you really think about it, Joel Embiid is a 7-foot shooting guard. If that's the case, what the fuck is K.A.T? He's a 7-foot small forward. What? This is crazy.
Purr, if you will.
The biggest purr.
I'm sorry, I had to. It's the funniest nickname I've ever heard. This is right after Nikola Jokic did what he did in the finals. You have the audacity to say this, but you know what? It's your friend. He's on your show. I'll give you a pass. What's next? All right, next up, we've got K.A.T saying, if you let me call the plays, I can get you 40 anytime I want. Like, okay. Weird. Kind of a weird thing to say, but whatever. See, that would...
I mean, it's not the worst take in the world, Chad. I will say that. It's not the worst take in the world. Like, Karl-Anthony Towns is definitely good enough offensively that if you just let him call the plays and let him isolate every single play, he'll drop 40 a game. But I think it's being disingenuous to the motherfuckers who actually drop 40 on a night like the Joel Embiids of the world when James Harden was dropping 39. For you to do some shit like that and it translates to winning is a whole different story, buddy. It's a whole different story. I'm not gonna lie. And chat, if y'all can give me the actual timestamps to the pod, we'll actually, preferably, I do want to hear the context of everything. But, nah, this is just the best I can do right now with the recap.
Would be the case if he didn't also say this. Carl, be so serious. When my time's up and I retire, there's gonna be people who are gonna say that I changed the game. What did you change? You are a big that is great at shooting threes. That's awesome. What have you accomplished while doing that? I just don't see it. Like, what game are you talking about? It's not basketball. And it's such a shame because he is a legit good player. Like, this isn't me sitting here saying he's not a good player, but when he goes out and says shit like this, I can't help you. All right.
He revolutionized shooting bigs? Karl-Anthony Towns did not revolutionize shooting bigs. What the fuck? If anything, I would point towards a motherfucker like Dirk in that discussion first. I'd even go to a motherfucker like Rasheed Wallace. You know what I'm saying? Literally, the only thing K.A.T did was just shoot more threes than other players. That's it. And it also didn't translate to wins. Because I think the difference with, like, saying that and saying what Curry did for the game is that Curry changed the game because motherfuckers looked at Curry, motherfuckers looked at the Warriors and said, yo, this is a winning formula. No one has looked at K.A.T and said, yo, I ain't gonna lie, K.A.T killing the game. Maybe this is the future of the big men. No one's doing that, bro. No one is doing that. Like, look at these numbers. Look at these numbers, bro. I would say not until 2020 can you even point to saying, yo, K.A.T is shooting at crazy high efficiency on crazy high volumes from a center that we've never seen before. We've seen centers, especially by 2019, and bigs, shoot 4 to 5 threes a game on really good efficiency. He didn't. let me look at what Dirk was doing, bro. Let me look at what Dirk was doing. And really, if we want to talk about big men shooting from beyond the arc, we can even get into the Larry Bird territory with this like significance bullshit, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy. Why am I looking up Dirk? Look at this, bro. Look at this. Dirk was doing the shit. Hold on.
Neglecting my responsibilities at work to watch Sal's stream.
Jesus Christ. Tee up, bro. Tee up. Jesus Christ. This is not that serious. Shout out to you for the support, though. But, like, if 4.6 threes a game on 40% shooting is, like, where he really, started the shit, I'm looking at Dirk right now. He did that shit on damn near similar efficiency. Like, we're literally splitting hairs at this point. And then even if we look later into his career, he was still, the dude shooting 4 to 5 threes a game on really good efficiency. The only thing that's different about Cat is literally just this run. And then when you compare that to the last 2 years, he doesn't even shoot on that high of a volume anymore. What is Cat talking about, bro? What is Cat? Cat is just chatting right now. Cat is just chatting.
Right, he's hyped himself enough to the point where it's delusion. Surely it can't get worse than that, right? It most certainly can. Cat says that what the Wolves did in 2022, when they won the play-in game, was more special than what the Nuggets did by, like, winning the championship. Okay. And I was like, no, there's no way he actually said that. But he did. And here's the clip.
It was more special what we did in Minnesota because we had like a month, and then we had training camp, and it was like, you better figure it all out right now, and we really figured it out quick. Yeah. Think about it. They had what? Jokic been in the league
4 years.
If you think about it, 4 years, we got it done in 4 months.
Right.
Got what done? The Nuggets just won the championship. You want to play in game. No, because I'm actually heated. You are not allowed to say these things. You can't say these things with a serious face and expect me to take you seriously. Revoke their podcast licenses. I've seen enough.
Chat. The fuck was that, bro? The fuck was that, bro? What the fuck was that? And I don't even want to get into the media bag conversation. All I gotta say is that whole gatekeeping conversation and this whole idea of like, yo, you really gotta be good at basketball to speak on basketball. So, like, I promise you, a lot of the shit that I specifically talk about and a lot of NBA YouTubers talk about, it's not even X's and O's shit, bro. It's just logically breaking down. Logically breaking down why shit don't make sense. Or how shit makes sense. And backing it up with data. That's it, bro. So when I hear guys like Cat spew out shit like this, and when I hear Gilbert Arenas say takes that I can come to the same conclusion to, with the same exact reasoning, it's like, yo, bro, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? With the whole gatekeeping conversation. If me and you can come to the same conclusion that's perceived as the right conclusion, you just got to it through actual NBA experience.
Let's get it. Hop off a 16 passenger. This a G5. No, this not a challenger. Big one.
And shout out to Kobe for the $5. I want what Cat is smoking. That shit is crazy. But again, if I can come to the same conclusion as you, with you being through NBA experience and actually playing the game, and me just through watching film and backing my shit up with statistics, then what the fuck is the point? What the fuck is the point? But nevertheless, I will defend K.A.T in this regard. I will defend K.A.T in this regard. I said the same thing about Paul Pierce. I do think that you have to have a certain level of delusion in you to be really good at basketball, or to even be really good at anything. You know what I'm saying? Stars aren't born when you just think you're a role player. I'm sorry. You don't have Hall of Fame careers by going into a game thinking LeBron is gonna bitch you and you not gonna like try to outplay him that night. You know what I'm saying? I understand the logic is just not there, and it definitely is coming from a biased perspective when it comes to the K.A.T clip. But all I'm saying is the delusion is justified. The delusion is justified. You know what I'm saying? You don't become the number 1 overall draft pick. You don't become a multiple-time All-Star and have the numbers that K.A.T has by just, you know, when you face the Denver Nuggets just kind of folding and just saying, yo, I ain't gonna lie, they're a better team than us. Let's just walk out. You know what I'm saying? That being said, though, the shit was still a dumb take. I don't know what else to say. It was still a dumb take. But that's really the only defense I got for K.A.T. That is it, chat. I ain't gonna lie. That is it. There's a certain point where it is too delusional. But that's the thing, though. It can be delusional to us. It can. It can. And objectively speaking, it probably is delusional. Even too delusional. But if you are the guy in that person's shoes, a lot of y'all would be saying the same thing. And if you aren't, you probably aren't in the position of where that guy is. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Kanye is called delusional for saying he's the greatest. Type shit. Now, only time will tell. And time looks like it's telling us that, like, yo, K.A.T really isn't going to be anything special. But, you know, I see where he's coming from. That's all. It's not right. But I see where he's coming from. I see where he's coming from. It's not delusion, it's confidence. You can't be a superstar and not believe in yourself. That's what I'm saying.